All right, I was surfing through Nike's website the other day and I found a pair of these, and this is the Nike ReactX Rejuven8. And I was really kind of intrigued by it, so I ended up copping a pair for you guys to do a video on. And this is kind of like an all foam pair of Nikes that you can see here with the ReactX in the midsole. So the Nike ReactX Rejuven8 is $70 on Nike's website. And the sizing, I would say, is interesting because it's a full-size thing again. As we've seen with some of the other foam sneakers out there, I think it's just too expensive to do molds for half sizes, unfortunately for people like myself. But I did go up a half a size to a size 10 instead of a size 9, and that was the right move for myself. A size 9 would have been too small. So for the half footers out there, go up a half a size. I think you'd be a little bit better off. It might be a little bit big, but you could always wear socks with them, whatever. Anyway, this is what they say on Nike's website. Give your feet a rest. Made with soft and responsive ReactX foam, the Rejuven8 uses some of the best tech to create a recovery shoe so comfortable that you'll want to wear it every day. Benefits are a ReactX upper and midsole. Surround your foot with a soft, responsive comfort. Sticky rubber outsole adds grip even on slick surfaces. Extra room at the forefoot helps accommodate various foot widths. Ventilation holes allow for breathability. So quite simple stuff out there. They do have 4 different colorways out there. Which colorway do you guys like the best? I have the black one. They have like a bone color one, a gray, and then kind of a reddish one that they're calling total orange, I guess. So I guess it's orangish, not red. I think actually the orange one looks kind of fire. I do, I typically like to just get the black colorways. I think that they're usually just the most wearable. But I wanted to give them a try. And overall, like the impressions, I'll say they look and feel very much like a lot of the other foam, all foam sneakers out there, the foam clogs, or I don't know exactly what these are called. What category are we putting these sneakers in now? Because we've seen a lot of them. It's like a recovery clog sort of thing. And I can do a comparison between the Crocs one and then the New Balance one specifically. I'll work on doing that video. So check back on the channel and see that comparison because there are, again, very, very similar and kind of a competing price points around that $70 to $100 price range. But I think that it's like one of those things where it's like you might as well just make one of them at least. And I think Nike did a good job on this one. But on feet, these things feel great. The ReactX is actually really soft and squishy underfoot, which is something that I appreciate. This is kind of what I was expecting out of the Nike Calm slides back when they released. Those were the biggest bricks, like honestly for me. I put them on, I was like, this is terrible. They're called Nike Calms, perfect branding, perfect name, comfort, and just the delivery of the actual product was so garbage. I couldn't stand by it. But these, on the other hand, is exactly what we've been looking for with that. So Nike, make a ReactX Rejuven8 slide. That's what New Balance did with their recovery clogs. They made a recovery slide. I just did a video on those as well. Absolutely love them. The slides are amazing. The clogs are really comfortable as well. But these are great. The Calm slides were terrible. Make this into a slide and we'll have a perfect product. So hopefully somebody at Nike is listening because that would be amazing. Anyway, you do have the ReactX in the midsole. I was thinking it was ZoomX at first, but it's ReactX, which is actually pretty nice. It's softer than React, not as soft as ZoomX or as responsive as ZoomX, but definitely a nice squishy feel going on there. And now Nike calls it out on their site that this is an all ReactX sneaker from the upper to the midsole and like footbed, but I will say that it doesn't feel like ReactX on both sections. It is a little bit firmer on the upper, which is kind of what we would want, and then the footbed is really soft with the ReactX or whatever it is. So, you know, like New Balance has Fuel Cell and Fresh Foam X. Not all Fresh Foam X is created equally. I'm assuming now that it's the same with Nike. You know, not all ZoomX is created equally. Not all ReactX is created equally. Like some of them have different foam densities, it feels like. So the foam density of the upper, it's not as soft and squishy as the footbed. The footbed is definitely much softer, which is kind of like industry standard now. It's kind of what we would expect from this. Like for example, the Crocs Echo Wave has a Crocs Light upper, and then the midsole is done with like the Light Ride, so it's dual density, same as the New Balance pair. So even though these are branded as ReactX, it does feel like there's a little bit of a difference between the foams, and I think that's a good thing. Now, you do see there is a visible like line on the midsole where you have traction on the bottom, and I like that they add that there where you could actually see you have a full traction outsole, and then you have extra little rubber nibs as well. So this is definitely a pair that is like a recovery pair, but you can recover and wear these like pretty much anywhere. You're going to be happy. Let's see how much they weigh because I'm curious about that. And I got my scale back finally. These weigh 8.5 ounces or so. That's pretty decent. It's obviously substantial considering you do have a full rubber outsole, which is very welcome. It's thin rubber. It's not anything crazy. But underneath that, you can actually see little holes here where you can see the ReactX through the shoe. But it also decreases the weight a little bit just by having those little cutouts. So I like that. Speaking of cutouts, you do have cutouts on the toe box of the shoe. This is a very interesting look, the way you have the oval circles and stuff on the toe. Obviously, kind of Yeezy-esque. Obviously, we've seen the foam runners, and everybody's going to basically say, oh, Nike's copying foam runners or whatever else. I mean, Yeezy was copying Crocs in a sense, so like, it is what it is. At the end of the day, this is a new like category in footwear, and every company is making their own version of something like a recovery clog or whatever we're calling it. And I think Nike did a good job on it. Sometimes they're a little bit late to the party, and then they come up with something that might just be trying to stay up with the trends, and then sometimes they actually release something that's functional, comfortable on feet, and overall, like, I think it's a success. And I like the delivery of what they did here. Again, sizing, I got a size 10, normally a 9.5, and these fit me just fine. But they're very comfortable, the midsole is nice, and I feel like if you're on the market for a pair like these, this is a nice option. The style of the shoe is pretty cool as well. You do have like a bunch of like a wavy lines through the midfoot of the shoe. The only thing I don't really love is these ovals on the toe box. Again, it is kind of like copycat-like. It kind of reminds you of like Croc Yeezys or something like that. But and you know, when your foot tans in the sun and stuff, the little ovals will be kind of grotesque on top of your foot. But overall, like if you just like me and like just wearing a pair of recovery shoes just for fun, and then you wear them with socks and stuff like that, you don't have to worry about the you know, the sun and stuff getting through. I also do like that you have kind of a jewel swoosh right here on the side. It's like plastic inlaid on the side of one, and then the other is like empty. But I like that they actually have the swoosh there. It makes it obviously know that this is a Nike product. It would have been cool if they would have integrated like, you know, some of the hole pattern or whatever to make it look like a swoosh on the side. Like the New Balance pair has the N on the side. I like the way that they integrated the ventilation holes with the swoosh, but I do like the inlaid swoosh here. It is nice as well. I think that this is one of those clogs that you could probably do some cool things with colors and stuff. You could probably make a crazy prints if they wanted to, but overall, I think the execution is pretty awesome. Easy to get on your feet as well with the opening, and then the heel kind of collapses a little bit, but it pops back pretty easily. But the overall structure of these, you can get these on, at least I can, with no hands, and I love that. Pretty awesome overall, and you also do have a Nike swoosh on the heel as well. But I think that these are overall a success, though. I think that they did a good job. I've been waiting for them to come out with something in this space, and they came out with a proper product, and I think it's awesome. Again, the only thing I think that Nike needs to do is come out with a slide version, and I'd be super stoked about that, because I feel like they've been slacking in the slide game for quite a while now. But anyway, if you guys want to copy a pair of them, link in the description, take you over to Nike. If you guys use my link, it does give me a little bit of a kickback. It lets Nike know you made the purchase and greatly supports the channel when you guys do so. And check back on the channel with the comparison between these and the Crocs and the New Balance pair. Have a good one, and hopefully see you back again. All right, peace, guys.